Alrighty, in this section, we're going to go over your Tiny Tiger and Little Dragon kicks. We have front kick, side kick, front leg roundhouse, and a back leg roundhouse. Let's start off with front kick. Maigeri. Typically, we start teaching the kids how to do kicks with their feet together like this in a stance that we like to call hesokodachi. And then we'll tell them to like hold their hands out like this just for balance, right? And we want to teach them the proper steps to developing a good kick. And those steps would include lifting the knee before kicking. So my foot is not extended out here. My knee is bent. It's like a snake being coiled up, ready to snap and attack. Okay? So as I do my front kick, I'm going to do step 1, I'm going to lift the knee. 2, when I kick, I want my toes to point up to the sky, and I'm trying to use the ball of my foot. You can see how the ball of my foot's extending, right? So I don't want to use the sole. I want to use the ball of my foot, and I want my toes to point to the sky. So I'm here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Notice how I brought the foot back. I'm here. 1, 2, 3. Bring the foot back. 4, and I land. You also might notice I'm not leaning backwards, but what I am doing to help me is this base leg, or in other words, my left leg, the one that's touching the ground right now, is going to bend a little bit, and you'll see that will help me rotate my hips. That action is not super duper important for Tiny Tigers and Little Dragons. What is important is that their kick is going to the belly, in the center of the belly, and that their toes are pointing up. So kicking height of the belly, center of the belly, that's 1. 2, toes are pointing up. And 3, they're bending their knee before and after the kick. Those are the 3 super important details for all of their kicks. The target, the direction of the foot, and then the bending of the knee. So if I'm in a front stance, I'm right here. I'm going to do front kick, maigeri. I come up, kick, and then land in the front. Come up, kick, land in the front. Right here. Up, kick, land in the front. I'm targeting my belly in the center. I'm not trying to kick out here. I'm not twisting sideways. I keep my hips squared and straight. Everything goes to the front. Hence, front kick. All right, I'm right here. Boom. Boom. Okay? Important detail to make sure you're being safe and not hurting your legs. Don't extend your leg out super fast or super strong. If I don't want to hyperextend my elbow, I wouldn't want to hyperextend my knee. So I'm nice and cautious about this. We help the kiddos learn how to develop stronger kicks later on. Right now, we're just working on the shapes of it, keeping that shape very, very safe for our body so we don't get ourselves hurt. Now we're on to side kick. Again, we could start right here. This time I'm going to be looking to the side. I'm going to take my foot, come up, kick, bring it back, and I touch. I want to try to kick with the bottom of my foot. More importantly, I want to try to kick with the heel, the bottom of my heel. So when I do my kick here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I want to try to use the bottom of my heel to make contact. We always tell the kids, think to yourself like you're going to push the person with the bottom of your foot and you're saying, smell my foot, smell my foot. Okay? Some common mistakes that kids make when they do this is they lean back like this and they end up falling backwards when they're kicking. We want to try to encourage keeping a strong, upright posture. So when I do my kick, I stay up and I'm focusing on keeping the weight and pressure on my base leg. That is very important for future kicks. So now I'm trying to kick to my ribs. Same height as the belly. I'm trying to make sure that my kick is in front on the ribs and not out to the side, missing the target. I want to try to keep my toes sideways. And as always, I bend my knee before and after the kick. On a side kick, we like to tell the kiddos, take your foot, touch it to your other knee, extend out, bring your foot back, and then down. So I'm right here. 1. Let's face this side. 1. If I was in a side stance, I'm right here. 1. If I were to do it from the back leg, it's the same idea. I'm going to twist, come up, kick. Sometimes when they're sliding forward, we'll say take your back leg, slide it up, feet are touching, front leg, kicks, side kick, yokogeri. Just like that, okay? Now we have front leg roundhouse and back leg roundhouse. Front leg roundhouse is kisame mawashi geri. So I'm in a side stance. We like to tell the kids to bring the knee up and pretend like you're holding a pizza box on your leg, like this. So I'm pointing my knee at my target, right? Right here, point my knee at my target. And you notice that my heel is kind of tucked back because I have to bend my knee. They're going to, from there, extend their leg out. And right now, they're going to work on kicking with the instep of the foot. So I tell the kids, point your foot like you're a ballerina, and you're going to kick with the top of your foot. Later on, we'll help them how to kick with the ball of their foot in this direction. But right now, the bigger shape of the kick is more important than which part of the foot they're kicking with. Okay? So right here, I bring my knee up, and I'm going to swing my leg around, back, down. Okay? If I were to do it stationary with my feet together, it looks like this. Up. Now notice this is the roundhouse prep. This is the side kick prep. Different. Hold your pizza box on your leg. Kick, bring it back, land. Hold your pizza box. Kick, bring it back, land. So because it's front leg roundhouse, I'm going to be in my side stance here. If they were to do it in a front stance, it's the same idea. They bring the knee up, and then they're going to turn, kick, and then reset in a front stance. Very rarely do we have tiny tigers and little dragons do that action. But as they're getting closer and closer to advancing into the next program, we might have them start working on it just to be prepared. Back leg roundhouse. The same exact mechanics apply, except I'm just going to use it from the back leg. So I'm going to swing my back leg up, around, hold my pizza box, kick, and land. Again, I bring my knee up, around, point my knee at my target, kick, and land. So if I were to come from this angle, up, around, kick, land. From this angle, up, around, kick. Notice that I kick with the top of the foot, the instep, bring it back, and land. If they were to kick from a front stance, we kind of tell them, bring your knee to your elbow, kind of like this. And then just rotate your hips. You'll notice that my front foot is always pivoting. It's always twisting. Okay? So I'm here. Bring my knee to my elbow. And then rotate in a circular fashion. And then land. Okay? For right now, we want tiny tigers and little dragons to perform side kick, front leg roundhouse, and back leg roundhouse in a side stance first. Keeping the beginning shape and direction of where my body goes helps them out a ton to learn these kicks. So don't get them started in a front stance just yet. Start them in a side stance for those 3 kicks. For the front kick, definitely, obviously, do it in a front stance because it needs to go forward. Really good job, guys. You're killing the game.